Discover the 6 stealthy distractions that are sabotaging your productivity and learn how to reclaim your focus and efficiency on today's episode. Hi, I'm Mark, and this is the Mr. Productivity Podcast, the show that is dedicated to empowering you to conquer distractions, prioritize effectively, and gain daily clarity. Now, before we begin, let me ask you a very serious question. Are you ready to elevate your life? I'm hoping you answered a resounding yes. Well, then I want to encourage you to join us over at The Productive Life. This is a free email newsletter delivered every Saturday, packed with insights to revamp your daily routine. Each week, I bring you no-nonsense tips on how you can live, well, the productive life. With The Productive Life, you can expect to learn how to exceed your goals, boost your daily hustle, and balance intense work with relaxing downtime. Time is precious, my friend, and my strategies are the key to achieving your dreams. So don't miss out on upgrading your productivity. Subscribe for free at MrProductivity.com and transform every day into a win. MrProductivity.com, M-I-S-T-E-R, MrProductivity.com. All right, let's get started. 6 distractions that are killing your productivity. Now, nothing here should be earth-shattering or new, but sometimes we need to be reminded of things that we're doing every day that is affecting our productivity. So, without any further ado, let's start out with number 1, notifications. I want you to think about something very, very honestly. How many notifications do you have enabled on your devices? I want you to think about that just for a second. Think about all the notifications you have on. How many times your phone goes ding, swish, bong, all these other sound effects and vibrations. How often does your phone make a sound? Let me ask you another question. If you were invited someplace, or maybe you had to go someplace like a court or a business meeting, and your phone had to be muted, but you forgot to mute your phone, how much of a distraction would it be to the people in the room? Now, this comes down to how many notifications you have enabled. If you have every notification turned on, your phone's going to sound like a toy store at Christmas time. So I really want you to consider how many notifications you have on, not just your smartphone. Look at your tablet, look at your desktop, look at your laptop, every device you have. Go into the settings and look at every single app you have installed and say, do I need this notification turned on? I call this a notification cleanse. You can call it whatever you want to call it. But the important thing is you need to take a look at your notifications and figure out which ones you can turn off. On mine, now, this is the constant flux state for me. So right now, I have 0 social media turned on. I have 0 email turned on. I do have calendar. I have reminders turned on. I have weather apps turned on. I have the apps for my credit card company, so every time a charge is made, I get notified. But I'm very particular of what notification I have enabled. You have to do what works for you. But notifications are the first thing that is killing your productivity, because I want you to think about this. You are there diligently working on a project, whatever. Ding! Now, even if you don't look at your phone, you have already broken your focus. A lot of people say, well, yeah, I hear the ding, but I don't look at it. It doesn't matter. The ding, or if you have your phone on mute, but you have vibration on, I don't have vibration on my phone. So if I turn the phone on mute and I get a call or text message, my phone doesn't vibrate. Something you might want to think about. As soon as you hear the vibration, and you can hear the vibration, obviously, if it's sitting on the table right next to you, or you hear a ding, your focus is broken. So think about how often you're being interrupted and take a look at your notifications. That's number 1. Number 2, let's talk about people. You know, those other human beings that walk around this planet with us. Who is in your inner circle? Are the people in your inner circle, are they edifying you through their words? Are they helping you move toward your goals? Or are they encouraging you to, man, just take it easy, dude? What are you working so hard for? Why are you working longer hours. Why are you working 6-7 days a week? Why are you dreaming, man? Come on, let's just play Fortnite or let's just go hang out at the bar. Who is in your inner circle? People are a productivity killer. Now, maybe you have a great set of people in your inner circle. Good for you. Most people don't. A lot of people in their inner circle, and this is scary, maybe this applies to you, have people in their inner circle that they went to nursery school with, and they're 50 years old. It's like, are they helping you or hindering you? Well, they're not really helping me, but I've been friends with them for 50 years. Again, are they helping you or hindering you? Because I say, if they're not helping you, they need to go. You need to say, friend, I love you. You're fired. I mean, I'm not saying don't talk to them ever again. I'm saying remove them from your inner circle. Don't engage with them as much as you used to if they're pulling you down, if they are being someone that says, just take it easy, if they're not encouraging you. Next up, your environment. Where you work, and I don't care if you work in a cubicle, if you have an office, if you work from home, is your work area clean and free of clutter? Or is it a mess? I mean, I can't work in chaos. I can't work in an office that's got stuff everywhere. I have to have a clean space to work. How is your work area, both at home and at work? If you work in the corporate environment, when you come home, is your home clean or is it cluttered? Clutter tends to make us stressed and overwhelmed, and then we start playing Fortnite all night. What about the temperature in your work area? Is it too hot, too cold, like the Three Bears, or is it just right? Now, for me, I have to have air moving around. So the temperature could be the perfect temperature outside. But if there's no air moving, when I'm in my office, I have the fan. Even right now, as I'm recording this episode, I have the fan on. I have to have air moving. I just can't have air not moving. It drives me crazy. That's me. That may not be for you. How about noise? How quiet is your work area? If you work in a cubicle and you hear people on the phones and talking to people and they're writing, closing, filing cabinets or whatever, that could really affect your productivity. So how is the quietness, the level of noise in your work area? Is it conducive to focusing? I can't focus when people are talking, when I hear a lot of noise in the background. And so I'm fortunate enough to work from home. And when I work from home, I can control the noise level. When you're quiet, you can focus more. So take a look at your environment. If it's cluttered, don't give up. Just start making plans to clean up your area. Maybe you need to adjust the temperature. Maybe you need to get a fan. Maybe you need to get some soft instrumental music going for you. Whatever works for you, make sure you're setting your environment up for success. Now let's talk about your schedule or time. Do you schedule your time? As a productivity expert, I assume everyone schedules their time, but I'm finding out a lot of people don't. They just, whatever happens, happens. Do you tell your time where to go, which is being proactive? Or do you wonder where it went, which is being reactive? Do you get to the end of the day and go, oh my gosh, I am so exhausted. But what did I do today? You were busy, but did you work on what you needed to work on? And here's the key. You can study just about any productivity expert out there, any time management expert, attention management expert, focus management expert, whatever kind of expert, they're going to tell you it is extremely important that you tell your time where to go. High performers do not go, what am I going to do today? I don't know. They have a plan. Do you have a plan? What gets scheduled gets done. So even though your schedule is fluid, you may have to move some things around. Always start with something on your schedule. But Mark, I go to work and I work 8 to 5 and I work for the man and I got certain job duties. Well, do you have to do this task at 10 o'clock? Maybe this works better for you at 9 or at 11. Maybe they send you to lunch at noon, but you'd rather go at 1. See how you can customize your schedule so you're working on task when you are at your best. Does that make sense? So if your boss has you in meetings right after lunch and you're kind of sluggish after lunch, I would go talk to your boss and say, hey, listen, these meetings after lunch, me and everybody else that goes to meetings, we're just like, we just had a big lunch. Can we do these before lunch? And it has a side benefit because if you do it before lunch, you'll probably get out on time. Just saying. So just take a look at your schedule. Please schedule your time. Tell your time where to go instead of wondering where it went. The next thing I want to talk to you about is technology. Is technology a blessing or a curse for you? Are you letting technology be the boss, or are you the boss? You are the human being. You need to control technology. So many people are blaming Apple and Google and Microsoft and Facebook and Twitter and Instagram. Well, they're making these things too addictive. They can't make you do anything. These technology platforms are designed to keep you on them forever. You need to exercise your discipline in saying, I'm not getting sucked into this stuff. I'm going to be the boss. So use technology as a blessing. Use muting. Now, if you're going to mute your technology, I would highly encourage you to turn off vibration, because if you put it on mute and you're working and you get a text message, bzzz, so turn off muting and then consider airplane mode. Or if your phone allows you to do it, put it in do not disturb. So the phone is not in airplane mode, it's in do not disturb. And guess what? You can't get calls and you can't get messages. Maybe you go full bore and turn off your phone. I know this is shocking to turn off your technology, but I promise you, the world will still be here when you come back. Finally, I want to talk to you about your mindset, your attitude. Are you getting in your own way to being productive? Are you more of a positive Paula or a negative Nellie? You remember Eeyore from Winnie the Pooh? I may be dating myself, but Eeyore was the donkey, and he was the woe is me guy, and oh, woe is me. Oh, nothing good's going to happen. Is that your attitude? Or are you more of a Winnie the Pooh, excited about every day? Speaking of every day, when you wake up, is it like, oh, it's morning again? Or is it, hey, it's morning again? How do you wake up? Are you doing what you really and truly love to do? Or are you just doing it because it's a paycheck? Are you doing what you love to do where you love to do it? Let's say you love being an accountant, but you don't like the 2-hour drive to work. Maybe you can find some place for less money, closer to home. Maybe you don't like your boss. Maybe you don't like your company, but you like your profession. It's really important you do what you love where you love to do it. That's when your productivity is going to soar. Okay, now what? Now what? Now that you have listened to this episode with the 6 distractions that are killing your productivity, what are you going to do? Here's my homework assignment for you, because I don't want you just to listen to this episode and go on to the next podcast or pick up your phone and scroll social media. I want you to do something as a result of listening to the show today. So pick one of those distractions that is really like a stone in your shoe and begin to address it today. I promise you, if you take steps to address the distractions in your life, you're going to be happier and more productive. Thank you so much for your time and attention, for listening to this episode of the Mr. Productivity Podcast. Before you go, if you would do me a huge favor, if you have not followed this show on whatever podcast platform you're listening to this on, it would mean the world to me if you would just smash that follow button, which will tell that podcast player's algorithm to share this episode, to share this podcast with other people so I can help them too. Thank you again. And until we meet again, my friend, which will be real soon, don't forget, stay productive and stay positive.